Hey, it's Tori, and welcome back to my channel. Today we have the wonderful Hans Platz from, of course, it's Feuerschwanz, right? I'm pronouncing that correctly?
Almost. It's
Almost.
Feuerschwanz.
Feuer?
Feuerschwanz.
Schwanz. Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, The Dark Side of the Moon, which you are just about to release a new album in literally 2 days called Metamorphosis. How are you feeling about that?
Oh, I'm super excited about it because when we released Jenny of Old Stones, I think it's almost 2 years ago or 1.5 year ago, and when we recorded it, we didn't expect that we're going to do an album, a full album. And yeah, it has been quite a journey, and now it's finally there. The moment is coming, so that's quite exciting. It's an exciting moment in every musician's life to bring,
Yeah.
to finally have the album going out into the world, the music being heard by all the people out there.
Yeah, as soon as you did that Jenny of Old Stones, because of course I did a reaction to it, and I
I saw
was,
it.
I was so excited. I was really hopeful that you guys would do more and bring out a full album. So when you announced it, I was like, yes. And then of course, you've brought out a couple more singles, and you've also featured a couple of artists. You've had Charlotte Vessels, Rosandra Panfili, and of course you've got Fabi, which is being released tomorrow. How did you go about choosing who you wanted to collaborate with?
Now there's another one actually, another collaboration on the
Oh,
album with a singer from Evergrey, Tom
mm-hmm,
Eklund.
mm-hmm.
He's also singing one song. Well, and how did we choose the collaborations? Basically, it's about who do we know in a way. Like Melissa didn't know Fabienne,
Mm-hmm.
and Morten didn't know Charlotte, and I tried to contact Rusander, and Tom was also a friend, or they did know each other from some touring from Morten. And you look first in your neighborhood, basically,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. And from the beginning, we wanted to have collaborations to spice things a bit up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love when bands collaborate with other people and bring them on inside. It just, like you say, it spices it up. It just adds a little something extra to the album. And how did you guys like come about? How did you guys decide you wanted to do this project?
well, the very beginning of Jenny of Old Stones was basically a bet between Melissa and me,
Mm-hmm.
and she asked me, or she actually dared me to see which video will hit 1 million views first, like the current Feuerschwanz video. I think it
Mm-hmm.
was Ding actually, and the back then the most actual Ad Infinitum video, and I did win. So she had to sing on my track. She had to sing on my track. But I probably would have asked her anyway, because I did instrumental covers from with music from Game of Thrones before,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to do something with vocals for a change, and that was the one song. And we passed it on to some people, and well, eventually Napalm told us, "Hey, do a full album." So we've been in the most unlikely situation that we have one song and a contract for a full album. So usually it's the way around. You have a lot of songs you play in
Right.
clubs, and you're in the rehearsal room in some keller, and then you reach out to record companies. But for us, it was the other way around, which was quite exciting because it added a little bit of pressure in the songwriting because oh, you have to do an album and all the other songs have to be good as well.
Right,
Yeah.
right. You don't want to, you've got that extra pressure on yourself now because you have to then write songs that are going to be either as good or better for your audience, which
Right.
honestly they've all been fantastic, all the ones that I have heard before, and it's just made me super super excited to hear the full album.
Hmm.
I am very excited for the one with Fabi tomorrow because of course, I love her in Elvedi and Illumashade. She's a
Hmm.
fantastic talent, so I'm very excited for that one. How have you found the response to the singles so far? Like, has it just blown your expectations?
Yes, absolutely. And from single to single, the response did went better and better. And the most surprise to us actually was the response to The Gates of Time, which was our first original track we ever wrote. And for some reason, we didn't expect much actually, because it was the very first track we ever wrote. So we thought, it was just the first track, so who knows? And the response was crazy good. I think it's our best running video so far, if you consider the time it's out. And yeah, that was pretty overwhelming to see how much people like our original music. And the song with Fabienne is an original song as well. And she's doing so good with Melissa together.
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining, just those two voices together, and then of course the composition that you guys do within your music. And I think that's why it's been a big hit, because you still bring that fantasy-esque type stuff into it as well, which a lot of us metalheads do love. And yeah, it's made me, I'm so very excited. I read this morning, I think it was on Instagram, that you guys, or just your social medias in general, that you're going on your first ever like live show performance.
Yes, tomorrow as well.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's awesome and exciting, and I'm a little bit nervous about it.
Yeah.
And it's the first live shows ever with the Dark Side of the Moon, and we're supporting Feuerschwanz. So basically, I'm supporting myself with
Right.
double duty, and this will be kind of exciting, because the first shows, and I have the first shows in front of my other band colleagues, and they will look closely. What is he doing there? So yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
gonna
it's
be
good to have live shows
yeah.
along the album release to support the release of the album, that people get some attention. Yeah.
Will you be doing any more then with the album release?
Not We have 4 shows with Feuerschwanz right now, and then we have 2 festivals in summer, like the Rock Hearts, which is a big festival in Germany, and we play in Spain at Leyendas del Rock, which will be very hot.
Yeah,
In August.
I can imagine. It's getting hot here. I'm in North Carolina, so it's getting hot here too. So, and I'm British, so I'm like from the north of England, so I'm just like, oh, it's so hot right now, and it's only gonna get worse.
I think I have a cousin there actually.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
I don't remember the name. It's just a very small village, I think.
Yeah, I'm from like up near Manchester area, so like it's closer to Wales side of things.
A cousin in North Carolina, I meant,
Oh,
not in
North
England.
Carolina. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
no
Yeah,
problem.
North Carolina is big, so yeah.
Yeah.
You are very like extremely busy right now, because of course you just said you're on tour with Feuerschwanz. You've got 4 shows left. How have they been for you?
The shows with Feuerschwanz have been fantastic. Almost all of the tour has been sold out. We made additional shows, like we played twice in Hamburg, and both shows have been sold out. And yeah, it's crazy. It's really, really good, and crazy live shows. And I think last weekend we did play the hottest show we ever played. It had 52 degrees Celsius on stage. I don't know what's in Fahrenheit actually, but I've never sweated so much on stage.
Yeah, I
It was
bet.
crazy. And like our singer, like the Hauptmann with all the chain armor, and it's a real armor actually.
Right.
I have no idea how he is surviving these shows with the armor. Yeah.
You've a lot of hydration, I guess.
Yeah.
You just have to keep chugging that water down, I guess, because
Yeah.
even here when it gets hot, like sunstroke is such a big thing, and I don't know how he does that either. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You have a new album also coming out with Feuerschwanz. I'm gonna butcher this, so I apologize. Fegefeuer, kind of.
It's Fegefeuer.
Okay.
It means purgatory.
Okay, and that's out on July 7th, and of course, people can pre-order that now. How are you feeling about that album? Excited?
Well, of course, every album is like a baby.
Yeah.
It's such people always just see, oh, there's a new album coming out, but it's such a long period of time. At first,
Right.
you start songwriting and collecting ideas and building all together and throwing things away, dismissing songs, changing lyrics, changing guitarists, thinking about solos. It's a long time actually, and then you go into the studio and record the whole thing to do the final recording. I record everything from home, from my guitar, heaven, Keller, whatever, and yeah, it's a lot of work to create an album and to create that music, and it's easily consumed, but there's really so much work into every single song that's hard to imagine probably for someone who doesn't do it.
Right. For somebody like me, like it's like you say, it's easy for me to take for granted that you're releasing singles, and it's kind of like an instant gratification. But for you, it's been a long time coming, and you've been waiting so long to get these songs out to your audience, and now you're finally able to do that, and you're in that promotional phase of releasing singles. You just released your second single, Berserker Mode. I actually just filmed a reaction just before we
Oh,
started this interview, which the video is hilarious. I do have to say it's extremely fun because I am just getting into you guys. This is my only like second song I've heard from Feuerschwanz, so yeah, I'm extremely excited to dive down the rabbit hole because I know you've been going for quite a while with that band.
nice.
So
How do you so you're not a German speaker? How do you listen? How do you feel about listening to songs which are not in your language?
well, honestly, I find it fascinating, honestly, because I like to listen to people's native languages anyway. I am a big fan of Rammstein as well,
Mhm.
so just it doesn't really matter to me because you can feel if somebody's uh, portraying a song or singing it and they put that right emotion into it doesn't matter what language it's in. And of course, nowadays, we're very lucky we can go to Google Translate. It's not exact, of course, but you can get an idea about what the song is about. And yeah, I really, really loved Berserker Mode. I think it's a fantastic song. It's definitely one that's going to get people pumped up and moving. And the video, hilarious. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who's not seen it yet, but
I'm
yeah.
going to watch the reaction. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I gotta edit it and then of course send it off to Napalm. It should be up in a couple of days, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, it was fun. I had to do it just to get another idea of what you guys were about. And of course, I saw the TikTok Jesus and
Yeah, that was so much fun. I mean, it was so crazy to get him on the film set, and
yeah.
because I think he never left England before. It was the
Hmm.
first time he was leaving England to come to our video shoot, and then he was planning to fly to Hanover through Amsterdam,
Hmm.
and for some reason he was stuck in Amsterdam, and there was no flight anymore to
Oh.
Hanover. So our singer and the light guy drove in the middle of the night from Hanover to Amsterdam to pick him up and drove him back to
Oh
the film
wow.
set. So they basically had almost no sleep on the day when we did shoot the video. Like Scotty, the TikTok Jesus, and
Hmm.
the singer and the light guy, they were like they needed some color in the face.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, whoever did the makeup did a fantastic job because you can't tell at all that they were
yeah,
exhausted. And but it's really nice that the singer and the light person did drive out to go get him. And because I know what it's like being stuck, having a cancelled flight and being stuck
yeah. I
in an
mean,
airport.
yeah, you have a full video set waiting.
Yeah.
It's also lots of people involved, which, oh, sorry, can't shoot. Jesus is in Amsterdam. No.
Right. Well, I appreciate you coming on and chatting with me today. As I said, I'm very excited for the Dark Side of the Moon's album, which is out in a couple of days, May 12th. Of course, you guys can still pre-order that right now. Do you have any like final words you want to say to any of fans of both bands or just people in general?
Well, if you can, get the albums, both albums, stream the albums, watch the videos. If you can't afford a CD or something,
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think it's important that bands, or especially if you start out, but also if you're established, that you get some kind of support by the people. It's very important because things are not getting cheaper these days. You still have to record everything, and also it's just streamed on Spotify. So there has to be some kind of something has to come back, you know. So especially if you're starting out, you need something to prove yourself to the record company, to everything, to every people involved. So if you can support the bands, write comments, watch the videos, stream, and buy whatever you can and you can afford.
So that makes me want to ask the question, like, how do you feel about, of course, reaction channels in general?
Oh, I love reaction channels, actually.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a completely new way of distributing music. You know, usually there has been newspapers and there had been just YouTube videos or MTV back then, and I think the reactions are a completely new form of spreading music and learning about new music, and that's a very, very cool thing. I think, of course, they're all kind of different qualities, from very low to you know what I mean, and but I love it actually. I actually remember when we did Das 11. Gebot, like 2 albums ago, I told Napalm, hey, you have to unblock those videos. They're doing a reaction. Back then, even Napalm didn't know what reaction channels are about, actually. And I think it's a great opportunity to get the name spread around.
Yeah, well, obviously I'm biased because that's what I do, but I completely agree with you. I think it's a great form of advertisement for the band, and to get that word spread out there, because even if it's just 1 or 2 people who discover you from my video, I feel like that's my job done, and that's what I love doing it. And I also love doing it because I get to discover new things that I probably would never come across. And like yourself, of course, with The Dark Side of the Moon and with Feuerschwanz, I probably would honestly have never come across you guys if it wasn't for my channel and for people introducing me. And I just think it's a really wonderful community. Of course, like you say, you have ones that you can tell are not quite so genuine with it, but then of course you've got people like Elizabeth from The Charismatic Voice, who's delving super deep into the vocals, and it's fascinating, and guitarists and bassists and all kinds of people coming together and just building this reactive community, and I think it's really fun. So yeah, I just want to thank you, and I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. Of course, guys, don't forget to head on over to The Dark Side of the Moon's social medias, their YouTube channel, subscribe, pre-order the album. It is out May 12th. It's called Metamorphosis. And then, of course, Feuerschwanz's album is out July 7th. You can pre-order that now. I will leave everything linked in the description below. So thank you so much, Hans, for taking the time out. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for the invitation. Every time again.
Thank you.
Bye,
guys.
Bye-bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to become a Taurian. Speaking of becoming a Taurian, all of my social media links and my Discord link are down in the description. We'd absolutely love to have you come hang out in the Discord community, and I will see you guys in the next video. Rock on.